Welcome back to the best shaped state of Michigan. My name is Costa. I'm here in Macomb Township, Michigan in Zone 6B. And today I wanted to do a shorter, much shorter follow-up to my recent lawn fungus video. And I wanted to show you in person with the actual bags, the lawn fungus rotation that I'm using for my lawn. So I'm gonna turn around and show you the bags. All right, so here's my my haul of lawn fungus bags and my new Detroit Pistons flag. I have been a fan of the Pistons since '87. I actually went to, I think it was Game 3 of the NBA Finals in 1988 when we lost to the Lakers and Kareem just destroyed us. I always swore I would never be a flag person, and here I am. So the stake I bought's a lot taller than I wanted it to be. I didn't realize how tall it was, so I think I'm gonna try to find a stake that's a little bit shorter. But anyway, here is my, my lawn fungus haul. And this one on the left here, the Jonathan Green, this is a Group 1 fungicide. I bought this at Ray Wiegand's nursery, and they actually had this on their shelf with Bonide Infuse directly next to it. And Bonide Infuse is also a Group 1 fungicide. So if you were to buy those two bags and rotate them, you actually wouldn't be doing anything because they're both Group 1. So luckily, they also had the BioAdvanced fungus control next to that. So two of the three would have been good. So, but I bought the BioAdvanced fungus control and the Scott's Disease X at Home Depot. So I'm going to get into those. So my rotation right now, like I said, is I put down the Bayer BioAdvanced fungus control. And since I was seeing some fungus, I have to repeat that same application after 14 days. And I believe this is true for all of them, but definitely read your labels. So for BioAdvance, because I have fungus and I put it down for a treatment, I need to repeat that same treatment in 14 days with the same product. So BioAdvance for me to start. If not, you can rotate whatever you want every 30 days. As far as I know, do your own research, but as far as I know, if you're just doing your regular maintenance apps and you're putting one app down every month, I'm pretty sure you can rotate these however you want. So I'm just doing like, since I put down BioAdvanced, I'm going to go to Disease X and then Jonathan Green and then keep repeating that. So I'm going to go to Bayer BioAdvanced, Scott's Disease X, Jonathan Green, and just keep rotating that wheel. So, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But again, so here we go. The Jonathan Green is a Group 1 fungicide. A Group 3 fungicide here on the Bayer BioAdvance, and another Group 3, and I'm not seeing this on any stores, is the Spectricide Immunox. I am seeing some stores still carrying the hose-on sprayer, but I'm not able to find the Spectricide Immunox granular anywhere. So I'm not sure if there is another Group 3 that you could replace this with, but BioAdvance and Scott's Disease X seem to be the most readily available fungus controls out of all these. The Jonathan Green seems to be a little bit more specialty. You can sometimes find it at Ace. You can sometimes find it at some other smaller like hardware stores, but for the most part, you're not going to find this in a big box store. It's most likely going to be a specialty nursery or a specialty hardware store somewhere like Ace that sells like smaller products. So, and then here on the last one we have here is a Group 11. So this is Scott's Disease X. This is the one that most people have and use. And unfortunately, I feel like this is the only thing that people use. So they might only put down Scott's Disease X once, like all year, and that's just not going to do it. So to put down Scott's Disease X once and then get lawn fungus and then blame Scott's, it's actually not Scott's fault. You got to read your label. You got to know that you need to apply these every month. The other Group 11, which is much harder to find, which is pretty much online only, is Syngenta Heritage G. And websites like Do My Own have it. Sometimes you can find it on Amazon, and I think sometimes you can maybe find it on Walmart. I don't really know if I've ever seen this on a big box store like Home Depot or Lowe's where you could order it from them. So Heritage G is definitely a much harder to find product. I think you could maybe go walk into like your Site One and find it. That would probably be your best bet for trying to actually find it in a retail store near you, even though Site Ones are kind of like hard to come across. So that's it. I just wanted to really condense this and show you because I noticed that the video I did for grub control seemed to do better when I kept it a lot shorter. So I wanted to just follow up with my initial video for fungus. Even though it's very long, there's a ton of information in the description where it lists all these groups. the different varieties under each group, and I list the main active ingredient for all these. Let me do that while I'm here too. So here on this group 1 fungicide for Jonathan Green lawn fungus control, the active ingredient here is, yep, thiophanate methyl, 2%. Doesn't seem like a lot, but it doesn't really need to be a lot to get the job done. Then here on the Bayer BioAdvanced fungus control for lawns, the active ingredient here is like 0.5%, right? Yeah, 0.51, 0.5% of propiconazole. And then on Scott's Disease X, the active ingredient here is azoxystrobin at 0.31. So, you know, not even 0.5% here. So, and this is all you need, especially for a homeowner. And if you follow the label and you follow the instructions and you're applying this once a month, you should be pretty golden. Like, there's always going to be things that happen, especially here in Michigan, especially like July and August when we start to get crazy amounts of humidity, and our overnight temperatures and humidity equal 160. If you add up the, like, say our overnight temperature is 80 and the overnight humidity is 80, and that equals 160. That is just like prime breeding grounds for fungus. But I'm seeing a lot more fungus earlier in the year this year, and I think it's because we've had so much rain. We're normally just pretty average in the amount of rain we get here, but I feel like this April and so far into May, we're having a lot more fungus. Not a lot more fungus, a lot more rain than we normally do. So in turn, we're getting a lot more fungus. So I hope seeing these products in front of you now, seeing that this is going to help, like, visually, it's going to make a little bit more sense to you than me just talking about them and only showing you the BioAdvanced. So now you can see them in front. This is a group 1, a group 3, and a group 11. And as long as you're using any 2 of these, you should be good. Don't hold me to that, but I feel like most people can probably get away with only rotating 2 of these products. And these are probably going to be the 2 easiest ones to find. Your area might be different. It might be easier for you to find Bonide or Spectricide. So that could also work. But if you want to go the extra mile and rotate 3 products, this is what I'm doing. And I feel like for most people, this is probably going to be the easiest 3 products to find. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up. Go Pistons. Hope we can make it to the next round, and it'd be great to get back to the finals. They have been a joy to watch this year. They are a super fun team. They really remind me of the 2004 Pistons. All right, so with that, I'm going to wrap it up. Again, go my Pistons there. I love this team. I've loved watching them all year. I'm thrilled that so many of their games have been on Peacock and Prime, because we don't have regular cable, so I've been able to watch a ton of their games. But yeah, they really remind me of the 2004 Pistons, the way they play, especially now going into the playoffs. And man, Duran's been getting so much crap from a lot of fans and the news people and the media people. But man, I really see him coming on, and he's starting to play a lot like, I feel he's taking on more of like the Ben Wallace role, and he's focusing more on his defense. But I don't think we win last night's game, game 1 against the Cleveland Cavaliers, if he didn't have an amazing defensive game. And I think it was at the end of the 3rd or beginning of the 4th quarter where Cade Cunningham fed him like 3 times. I think he had like 3 dunks in a row. And you could tell that Cade knew, like, he just had 3 amazing defensive plays. I need to feed this guy and get him some buckets. So that was awesome to see. Just a huge Pistons fan, and have been, like I said, since '87. So there's not a whole lot of positive things going on in the world, and they're bringing a lot of much needed joy here to at least this Piston fan. I know that the Pistons seem to be like the least popular team among the 4 sports teams here, and I don't understand it. I don't get it. People are still all about the Tigers and the Lions and the Red Wings right now, and the Wings ain't in the playoffs. The Lions window, I'm pretty sure, is closed, and the Tigers ain't looking so hot. So anyways, I kind of try to stay out of sports a lot more than I used to. But I just haven't been able to avoid the Pistons this year. I followed them pretty much all year, and I'm just like keeping an eye. I'm like, never was going to be a flag person, and here I am. So until I see you in the next one, go Pistons.